Uh, Good morning, my dear students. So, in previous class, we were discussed the analysis of three-phase induction motor fed from the non-sinusoidal supply. So, we have discussed both first sequence as well as the active sequence and how the co-phasal sequences are existing in the three-phase induction motors, and fifth harmonics components and seventh harmonics components also discussed here. So then today we'll see how the starter current is existing in the three-phase induction motor here. So let us the harmonic current in the harmonics are existing as IRMS is equal to IRMS square is equal to IS1. So S1 is the first starter current here. Okay, so I have given as IS1 here plus summation of the harmonics is third harmonic, fifth harmonic, ninth harmonic, 11th harmonics and etc. Okay, so into IM whole square here. Okay, so M is nothing but the order of the harmonics. So this is nothing but the stator current equation in RMS value. So this equation is suitable when we are going to connect the windings in delta connected. Okay, so starter whatever we have considered, so that we have going to connect it in delta. So when the starter rotates in clockwise direction, so at that time what happens, the starter can have two possibilities. Okay, so in the sorry sorry, we are going to calculate the starter current in two possibilities. So either maybe star connected or delta connected here. So this equation so is suitable for delta connected windings here. Okay, so it is rotating in clockwise direction. Okay, so if we are going to connect the starter in delta connection, so it is more useful for triplet harmonics can flow in a delta connected starter here. Okay, so we can easily calculate the triplet harmonics here in the delta connected. So if we are going to write the starter current in star connected starter here. Okay, let us draw the star connected starter here. So in what happens in the star connected starter, in star connected starter, the triplet harmonics current are absent in a star connected here. You can observe this. So IRMS is equal to IS1 is starter current plus summation M is equal to 5, 7, 11 and etc. It means third harmonics is absent here in star connected windings here. So what we are going to conclude here that, so when current is increased here, that is starter current is increased here. Okay, starter current is increased in the windings, then losses are also increases. If losses are increases, the efficiency of the efficiency will start reduces here. Okay, in the connection here. So this is about the starter current in non sinusoidal supply on the ಇದು on the induction motor here. So then what we are going to achieve here in non-sinusoidal supply voltages, derative of the motor is required, then torque pulsation is also achieved here. So suppose if the synchronous speed of the motor is rotating in a clockwise direction, so it may achieve 7 omega s here. If it is in a reverse direction, so then it may goes like this, 5 omega s. If both are in opposite and opposite direction, so that is positive and negative sequences, then torque pulsation is also produces here. Okay, this is about the non-pulsating supply voltages here. So next topic will be operation of induction motor with unbalanced voltages. So if we are going to supply the unbalanced voltages for induction motor, so then what happens to the drive here? Okay, so let us consider the induction motor is having the 3-phase winding here. So A, B, C, 3 windings, A, B, C. We have the neutral point here. So then we have the starter here. Okay, starter has the slurry. So all the 3 phases, whatever we are going to connected in the windings, may be supply voltages VA, VB, VC. Okay, assume that all the voltages VA, VB, VC are unbalanced voltages in the windings here. So here I am going to consider first sequence here. Okay, so first sequence, so that is VPA, first sequence of phase A voltage, first voltage of phase B voltage, first voltage of phase C voltages. Okay, so we have the first sequence. Similarly consider the negative sequence here. We have the negative voltage of phase A here, then negative voltage of phase B, negative voltage of phase C here. Okay, similarly consider the cophasial sequence or zero sequence here. So we have the all the phases are in same phase, so that is V0A, that is phase A, V0B phase B, V0C here. Okay, so observe this, the phase B voltage is operated in 120 degree phase shift of phase A here. So then similarly phase C is operated in 120 degree phase shift of phase B. Okay, so similarly phase A is operated in 120 degree phase shift of phase C. It means all the 3 phases are 120 degree differences here. So that's why all the, if it is rotating in rotating direction, okay, rotating in rotating direction, then the phase sequence of first two sequence will be A, B, C, A, B, C. Okay, similarly in negative sequence you can observe this. So we have the phase A here. Okay, then we have the phase C here. Okay, so it means it is rotating in anti-clockwise direction, it means negative sequence here. So then the starter winding is rotating in a clockwise direction, so then the phase sequence of this will be A C B. Is it right? A C B. That's why it should be in a negative sequence. Okay. Then in cophasial, all the phases VA is equal to V0 B is equal to V0 C here, because all are in cophasial plane here. So let us write the first two voltage of the phase A voltages of all the sequence here. So then we have the equation VA is equal to VPA plus VNA plus V0A here. Okay. Similarly, write the phase B voltage. VB is equal to VPB, VNB and V0B. Similarly, write the phase C voltage VPC, VNC and V0C. So in cophasial plane or zero sequences, we are not going to produce any torque here. Okay, so that's why we are going to neglect the zero sequence in the induction motor here. So if we neglect this one, so then in first two sequences all the three phases are in first two, so then VA will be written as VA is equal to VPA plus VN of A plus V0 of A here. So then VB we are going to write it as VB is equal to alpha square plus VPA. Why we have written alpha square plus VPA here? So we can observe this. We have the A phase here, we have the C phase here, we have the B phase here. Okay, A phase, C phase, B phase. Okay, in negative sequence. Okay, so it is having the 120 degree phase shift here. So then we have the 120 degree phase shift. Then if we are going to add these two, we'll get 240 degree phase shift here. Is it right? So where alpha is equal to exponential of 2 pi by 3 or the angle of 120 degree. So if we are going to consider the phase B, it is 240 degree, right? So then alpha square is 120 degree square. Okay, so that's why, because phase C is co-phase difference of 120 phase angle here, then 120 angle. So then VB is equal to alpha square VPA. Then if you consider the alpha A is 120 degree apart here. So then we are going to write it as alpha VNA plus V0 of A here. So similarly, have to write the phase C here. Then phase C is having the okay, sorry, here only I will write. Okay, so phase C is equal to alpha plus VPA plus alpha square VNA plus V0 here. You can analyze this by using, so these negative sequence, first sequence and zero sequence, get the VC here. So then overall the sequence component of the voltages, we are going to write it as the VPA is equal to 1/3 VS alpha VB plus alpha square VC, because it's 0 degree, 120 degree, 240 degree, it is in clockwise direction. So then it will be first sequence here. Similarly, write the negative sequence, that is Vn of A is equal to 1/3 of Va, that is 0 degree. Okay, then alpha Vb plus alpha, it means in reverse direction here. Okay, in that we will going to write as a negative sequence. Then zero sequences have all the cofacial phase. V naught A is equal to 1/3 of Va plus Vb plus Vc. So then here the third one is there, no, third equation, zero sequence voltages. The zero sequence component does not produce any torque here, so neglecting the V0 of A here, and consider only first two and negative sequence to draw the equivalent circuit diagram of the induction motor. So let us consider first one, first two sequence component voltages. So let us draw the equivalent circuit diagram here. So we have the starter and rotor resistance as the reactance of both the starter and rotor here. So let us R J of XS, J of XR, and XR prime here, rotor prime to the SP. SP is nothing but slip of first two sequence here. Okay, first two sequence component of the voltages. Then we have the Vp across the both the end here. Okay, so here what happens, the synchronous speed of the first two sequence component voltages is equal to the normal synchronous speed here. Okay, WMS P is nothing but the first two sequence. Okay, speed of the first two sequence for the synchronous speed is equal to the normal synchronous speed here. Okay, so then if you are going to consider first two speed is equal to normal synchronous speed, we have the slip formula. So slip is equal to omega ms minus omega m divided by omega ms, is it right? So instead of omega ms we have the first two synchronous speed here, so write it wms of p minus omega m divided by wms divided by p here. So then wms of p is equal to wms here. Okay, substitute it, wms minus wm divided by wms is nothing but it's a normal slip, is it right? So we have the yes here. So what we are going to observe here, the slip of the first sequence is equal to the normal slip. Okay, that is SP is equal to S. So in first two sequence component voltages we are going to achieve the slip is equal to the normal slip here. Okay, so then write the first two rotor current here. So IR prime is equal to Vp divided by Rs plus R prime divided by S plus J plus XS plus XR prime. Okay, then similarly write the first two torque equation. TP is equal to 3 by synchronous speed IR square divided by R prime divided by slip here. So then substitute the current here, then we will get the torque is equal to 3 divided by omega ms into Vp square divided by Rs plus R prime divided by S whole square plus XS plus XR prime whole square into R prime divided by S. This is nothing but the torque of the first two sequence component here. Okay, so now let us consider the negative sequence component. Let us draw the equivalent circuit diagram. Rs JXS JXR prime R prime divided by the negative sequence slip. So we have the current here, so that is IR prime here, then it is the starter current supplying to Rs here, then we are going to give the supply voltage Vn, negative supply. Then the negative sequence speed is equal to the minus of synchronous speed here. Okay, Wms of n is equal to minus of synchronous speed here. Then we have the slip formula. Substitute it. Wms of n minus omega is divided by W omega s of n. Then we have the Wms of n, negative synchronous speed, is equal to minus of omega ms. Substitute it and simplify. We'll get omega ms plus omega m divided by omega ms. So now simplify this equation. So what we will get? 2 omega ms minus omega ms minus omega m divided by omega ms here. So then again, if you simplify this, because omega ms minus omega divided by ms is nothing but what it is? S here. Okay, so if you simplify this, you will get the 2 minus s. So for first two slip we get normal slip here s. For negative sequence component we get the slip as a 2 minus s here. So then rotor current for the negative sequence component will be given as IRN dash divided by Vn divided by Rs plus X R dash divided by the slip, that is 2 minus s plus j xs plus xr prime here. So then write the torque equation. Torque is equal to, we have the negative torque here, is it right? So minus 3 divided by omega ms, the rotor current square, into r prime divided by the negative slip here. So that equal to, substitute it, minus 3 by omega ms Vn square Rs plus r rotor reactance prime divided by the slip 2 minus s whole square plus xs plus xr prime whole square into r prime divided by 2 minus s. So here we have to observe that the torque is negative here in the negative sequence component. Okay, the torque is negative here because field is rotating in the opposite direction. Okay, because in first sequence we have the rotating field in forward direction. Okay, but in negative sequence or negative sequence component, so field is rotating in the opposite direction, so that's why you'll get the negative torque here. Okay, negative torque. If the torque is negative, obviously the power production in the negative torque will be negative here. Okay, so let us draw the speed torque characteristics for both the first and negative sequence component here. So let us draw this. Y-axis indicates the torque, x-axis indicates the torque here, then y-axis will be the speed of the motor here. So we have the first two torque here, or first two sequences, so will be like this. This is nothing but the first two sequence torque, that is Tp. So we have the first two synchronous speed, that is plus omega ms. Then similarly draw the negative sequence torque, this dotted line. Okay, so this is nothing but the negative sequence torque, that is Tn here. Then if overall torque will be adding of both first two and negative torque will gives as a net torque or total torque here, then the total torque will be like this. This dotted line is there now, so this is the total torque. Okay, so total torque will be written as T is equal to Tp plus Tn here. So what we are going to observe here means, when unbalanced voltage result in reduction of the net torque and the reduction of the net power here. So if all the three phases are unbalanced, okay, so we'll get the reduced torque and the reduced power here. Okay, so this we have to observe by this derivation here. Okay, so if unbalanced voltages are existing here in the induction motor, will get reduced torque and reduced power here. So due to unbalanced voltage, the motor is derative. Derative is nothing but will get the low output here. Okay, so we'll stop today's lecture. We'll discuss next class. Next topic is single phasing of induction motor. Okay, thank you one and all.